Recently, there was a big confusion about Denis Cyplenkov's comeback and his potential left arm supermatch against Travis Bagent. In order to clear that confusion out, we don't really need to say too much. We just need to listen to what Robert Baxter said about this situation. We need to listen to what Travis Bagent said about it, and also Denis Cyplenkov's final response to this, clearing everything out.
We know that Denis Cyplenkov is going to make his way back here. You know, I mean, we'll start to hear things from him, and I would like.
I accept.
I'd like to get you guys' take on this. Left-handed. What do you think? Getting Travis Bagent back left-handed. You know, to actually be motivated enough to train and really focus.
I don't know. Only Travis would be able to answer that. I don't know if his head and his heart is in the sport anymore. Yeah, but it'd be a great match. It would be a match that sold if Travis was training. Yeah.
You can clearly see I have been training from the knots that are protruding everywhere out of my shirt. I plan on getting on whatever stem cells and peptides that Tim Talmadge is currently on, and I will be getting juiced up like a motherfucker to arm wrestle Denis Cyplenkov, left-handed. Denis, your ass is mine, motherfucker.
I'm talking about agreements on paper. There are no specific ones at all. We haven't discussed anything at all. They just ask, and I say, well, yes, basically, I'd like to have something to do with it. Well, that's just
thinking out loud, as they say.
Of course, no, it's like, first of all, I was saying that there are issues, we need to resolve them first, and then we'll think about it. I always talk about that.
Well, it seems like a month has already been decided, December.
They've been decided with someone, then you don't know. And then again, there are a bunch of nuances that make them against this whole situation. That is my left arm. Well, it's injured. I'm still healing it.
So Denis has made it absolutely clear that he is nowhere near competition shape. And yes, he is not going to compete on the left arm against Travis Bagent or anyone else for that matter. And let's be honest, we can forget about even right arm competition from Denis for at least 6 more months, maybe even a year. And this is not the first time Denis Cyplenkov is clearing up this confusion. We saw that before as well. But unlike the last times, this time Robert Baxter didn't confirm Denis Cyplenkov's comeback. He didn't tell us that yes, Denis is going to compete against this guy or against that guy or on this date. This time he just suggested it as a possibility. So what we heard before about this Denis Cyplenkov comeback, or what we heard before from Robert Baxter about Andrei Smaev's debut at East vs West, this situation is different, and I don't think we should be blaming Robert Baxter for this. And just to make it even more clear as to how far away Denis Cyplenkov is from competition shape, we need to take a look at this 1-week-old Body Mania video. So Denis casually pins some beginners or non-arm wrestlers easily, so he's quite fresh, and then this guy steps up to the table. They have a long war. Maybe it lasted for at least 2 minutes, and this guy showed us a technical masterpiece. The way he came forward to gain some cup over Denis Cyplenkov's pronation, the way he pronated, the way he climbed, the way he maintained his position, the way he resisted the temptation to jump into a press too early. It almost felt like the Devon versus Denis right arm match. That's how technically proficient this guy was. So usually we have seen that Denis Cyplenkov's endurance is great. If he stops someone during these practice matches, he usually wins them, but not against this guy. So despite being much lighter than Denis, despite being much less experienced than Denis, despite Denis not even knowing who this guy is, he was able to pin him. Denis lost his wrist, he lost his pronation, he lost his arm angle, it got opened up completely. So Denis lost everything in this battle. And keep in mind that this is Cyplenkov's right arm. Whenever he talks about his right and his left, it almost feels like his right is twice as strong as his left as of now. So if his right arm is in such a bad shape, we can only imagine how bad his left is. And he was also talking about having some surgery. I'm thinking he's talking about the hip surgery that he mentioned earlier as well. So if we are being realistic, we should not expect any competition from Denis for at least one more year. And in this shape on the left arm, I think even Travis Bagent is going to be way too much for Denis. But even now, I think if a right arm match happens between these two, Denis will be the favorite. So it was clear that Denis is not going to arm wrestle, but that did not stop Travis Bagent from talking about this match. He said that when this match happens, it has to be a main event. He's ready to face Denis Cyplenkov on the left arm, and in order to beat him, he will use peptides, stem cells, and he will train seriously for the match. When talking about Denis Cyplenkov and comparing him with today's elite arm wrestlers, Travis mentioned that prime Denis may have been the strongest left arm wrestler ever. He believes that Denis had unbelievable physique, gigantic hands, and incredible power. He also said that Denis looked different from today's arm wrestlers. Yes, Morozov is huge, Levan is huge, Vitaly is also a big guy, but Denis Cyplenkov was simply built different. And this is something that reminds me of one old 2019 Devon interview. I think it was on Hannibal TV, I'm forgetting the channel name. And there Devon was saying, yes, there are bigger guys than Denis Cyplenkov, but Denis is built different. If you tell all of those big guys and Denis to run through a wall, Denis is going through the wall first.
And I had a match with Denis Cyplenkov, who I think most people know. This dude is just ridiculous. Like, he's so strong, like physically, he's so focused.
Travis talked in detail about the weight class problem at East versus West. He said most of the super heavyweights at East versus West are not real super heavyweights. There are only few true super heavyweights in the world of arm wrestling. Most elite heavyweights could realistically compete at 253 pounds. They don't cut because there is simply no incentive to cut. He argues that if there was a $1 million prize money, most of the guys would be cutting weight. Devon would cut weight, Hermes would cut weight, Morozov is going down, Michael Todd is already going down, and many others are also going to cut. And because of that, the guys who are currently competing in that 115 kg category, they will go down to 105. And then the 105 guys will go down to 95. And 95 guys, including Todd Hutchings, they can potentially think about going down to 85 kilos. I have a simple theory about where you are suited in a weight category. If you don't have a clear set of six-pack abs and you compete in a weight category, that category is probably too heavy for you. You should go down. Then they discussed many upcoming interesting East versus West 25 matches. Gabriela versus Irina Drieva. Travis wants Irina to destroy Gabriela so that we have someone to look up to when it comes to defeating Barbora, who is currently the Levan of female arm wrestling. Paul Lynn versus Eldar Bubenko. Travis interestingly mentioned that people were underestimating Bogdan Stoica because Paul Lynn had a good match with him even though he lost. But now that Bogdan has become East versus West champion, people have started taking Paul Lynn more seriously. And he may already be ahead of Todd Hutchings in North America. That's why Paul is the favorite to win this match. Nugo versus Krasimir. Nugo needs this victory. And Travis is expecting Nugo to win. We have seen that the last time they met at Worlds, Nugo easily cracked Krasi's wrist. But in a tournament, anything can happen. Usually the top rollers stay more fresh compared to hookers. In a super match, it can be a completely different story. Yordan Sonev versus Ibrahim Sagov. Travis was really impressed with Sonev's performance or performances that he has seen in the past. And he believes that in the future, Yordan may be strong enough to even take Alijan Muratov's left arm world title away from him. Kamil Jablonski versus Georgi Svetkov. Travis believes that Kamil is going to comfortably win this match. And in fact, Kamil deserves world title opportunities on both arms against Vitaly Laletin and against Levan Saginashvili. That's how good Travis feels this guy is. Travis believes that Vitaly is the favorite because of his tremendous size, enormous leverage, and his current world #1 proven ranking. But if Alijan wins, he instantly enters the discussion of the greatest left arm wrestler of all time. Just because Alijan is giving up so much size, his victory would be extraordinary. Recently, Milo Larratt posted this video, first ever pro tournament win, and he easily won the Obichuan tournament, both left and right arm. And you can see that Devon Larratt was getting pretty excited whenever he saw Milo top rolling.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So it's not like he hates a top roll. It's not like he doesn't know how to top roll. But whenever the opponent in front of him is too strong, he switches to his default pressing technique. And this match against Slime Reaper was all over the place, but Milo ended up winning. And there were a lot of comments about Devon, Arden and Jody interfering in the match and making it unfair for the opponent of Milo. Ibrahim Sagov is pressing well over 100 kilos on this machine, actual measured weight. He wants it impossible for Yordan Sonev to put any kind of brakes on him, because he knows that once the match stops, Sonev is going to be pretty difficult to beat. That's why he's building up that already elite pressing power to an even impressive level. Krasimir Kostadinov posted his 80 kilos of containment with the fingers, which he will use in order to stop his opponent Nugo Shikadze at East versus West 25. But the difference is that even though Nugo may have, let's say, 50 kilos of top roll or 60 kilos of top roll and Krasi's containment is 80, Krasi is containing 80 at the strongest part of his fingers. Nugo will be attacking with, let's say, only 60 kilos of top roll, but he will be attacking the weakest part of his fingers. And that could make everything go sideways.